Are we or were we wrong about this whole thing since the beginning a year ago? Is it possible? Is it like let us think on this for a second. Let us sit on this for a second. Is it possible that we may have got this whole thing wrong since the beginning? Like 72 was the highest AMC price could go ever? I don't think so. No, I don't think so, because even though when you look at the share price going down, 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 and every single day we're losing a ton of money on our positions, and we see our profits going from green to red and deep red for some of us that bought really, really high, like 30, 40, or even 50. Well, I may have something to share with you that's going to actually point you towards how to hold even tighter going into this. Because if we were wrong about this, can someone explain to me, please, why after a year, GameStop and Wall Street is still scared of the power of retail traders and is tracking them closely on social media like Twitter and Reddit? If we were wrong, why UBS will, assign some of their analysts, and these companies, Centify, will sell data to top financial analytics companies and Wall Street banks in order to monitor what the apes and retail investors are doing on specific stocks? If we were wrong, why will hedge fund managers fear that painful losses they suffered in the meme stock frenzy in 2020 will actually be repeated if the SEC and US regulators press ahead with reforming the security lending activity, which is one of the most foggy and opaque practices in financial markets? If we were wrong, why the head of regulatory affairs at the Managed Funds Associations, the trade body that represents hedge funds as a whole, will tell the SEC that their proposal are misguided and could lead to situations similar to the GameStop market event, because they know what is coming when it comes to inflation. They know how bad interest rates rising is going to be for the short positions, because in order to short a stock, you have to borrow from a lender that actually hold real shares. If we were wrong, why in the heck will you have a company like BlackRock? This is down here. BlackRock buying 9.4 million shares of AMC on December 31st. A stock that it's supposedly going to, $5. Why will they invest $40 million into a stock that is supposed to go down? Why would we have Credit Suisse increasing significantly their positions by buying 750,000 shares of AMC? Do you see what I'm saying here? Does it make sense to you? If we were wrong, why would a big investor triple its AMC stake? Why? That is actually from January 16, so it's a couple of days ago. You kind of get my point, right? If we were wrong, all of these things wouldn't have been standing. If the stock was supposed to go back down, people will stop talking about it. Like DWAC, for example. Are you still listening or getting articles on DWAC? No. Because they moved on. People moved on. But with AMC, every single day, the Motley Fool has at least 3 articles on AMC, on how negative it is and how you should run and take your money with you before it's too late. The bottom line is, this whole thing, the only thing that brought us here, companies shorting a stock without any logical reason, just because they wanted to be greedy and make money out of it, was screwing the retail investor in the process. That's the bottom line. And because that hasn't changed, the shorts have not covered. The shorts are still here. The shorts are still at play. If you look at the share price, look, last month only down 38%, with tons of good news coming on the way for this company in 2022 and for the next future. Look, 5 days down 20%. The last 6 months down 58%. Tell me how if this is even possible if it's not through manipulation, through dark pools, with no bad news at all affecting the share price directly or indirectly. Because of that, it even comforts me into the idea that, well, we might be even closer to this whole thing. We might be even closer to this whole thing doing what it's supposed to do. It may not happen exactly when we want it to happen or how we want it to happen, but at least nothing has changed. In reality, as a matter of fact, we see events, we see news, we see catalysts that are piling one on top of the other, hence comforting us into the fact that we're onto something big here. Because if it wasn't the case, big billion-dollar companies wouldn't have come into the play in order to either combat the retail investors because we are onto something or try to get a piece of the cake, the suits. So just because of this, I'm keeping course. I'm keeping clear. I'm trying to get my emotions out of it. It's difficult, but I'm trying. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm holding till it's time to sell. And for me personally, it will be time to sell when my brokerage profit in my bank account, when I transfer my money, my bank account will look like a phone number, including the indicator. You already know.